Hey guys, it's Killswitch95, and today we got a Tier 8 game on Pilsen and the T150 bottom tier South Spawn, and as you can probably tell by the title, Decisions. This is gonna kinda tie in at the start to my How Not to Throw number 2 video, in which I discuss reading the map. You know, where your team goes, where they're not going, don't commit to a spot where, you know you're gonna die. Except this time, instead of reading the map, reading tank compositions of the teams. And that's what I'm doing. I noticed they got a 252U, a Mutz, a T69, and a TS5 top tiers. Now I'm going to the normal heavy spot, but then I hesitate. I'm making a decision. And then I realize, fuck that. The 252U and the TS5 are all but guaranteed to go to the 1-2 line. I have like 167 base pin and like 219 APCR pin. And with my crappy gun handling, I'm going to do nothing to them, and I'm going to just die. Like, plain and simple. So, I'm going to make a play I don't ever make in my heavies on Pilsen. I'm going to go to the 9-0 line. Simply because, what's more likely to go over there? The tier 7s, the tier 6 mediums, the Mutts and the T69, which I can pin more readily. The T69 might go to the mid to get some auto-loading shots from, like, E3 and the E2, but soft stuff's gonna go over here, and with my relatively low pin gun for the match, it's better for me. Now, the heavy tank number 6 on our team is not gonna like this decision of mine. He's already pointing it out, but as I'm telling you, see, unlike the heavy tank number 6, I understand that in the situation that I would have been driving into, there would have been nothing I could do about it. And that's what I'm trying to inform him of right now, actually, because, I mean, there's nothing going on. I can take a moment. But he needs to really run, because that 252U is not going to be alone. It doesn't take an intelligent person to know he's not going to be alone. There's going to be something big and heavy with him. So, you need to run. So I tell him that, and, well, of course I can deal, lol. Spoiler alert, he does 245 damage through the whole match and fires multiple shots. He literally gets face fucked by a 252U that he couldn't do anything about. The IS is smart, he's just leaving. Like, he realizes it too. He's got like 175 pin, 217 base pin. There's nothing he can do either. Now me here, I'm waiting a bit. Because unlike a medium tank or a light tank that goes down these bush roads on the 0 line, I don't really have the best mobility, the best camo, and certainly not the best view range. I want to make sure there's nothing at the end of that road before I advance. Because once I get spotted out here, the only thing that was providing cover for me was my little bit of camouflage value. I've got nothing to hide behind out here, so I wait to advance. So admittedly, it's a bit of a slow start here. But it's going to heat up. It's actually going to turn into a really solid game considering my play. I didn't think I'd do as well. But I'm slowly trundling along in my slow heavy tank. Get artied. It's the M44. I'm going to just let the stun go away because it's like 5 seconds. And that's when the T150 pops up. Or the T20, my bad. So I got to aim for decades. And maybe I can get one in? Nice. Now, while I'm taking some time driving into position again, let me explain some things about the T150 that's a little bit different from like tanks like the KV-85 or even the old KV-1S. Remember the old KV-1S? It was basically the KV-85 but with the 122 that was actually good and highly competitive. Even back in that day, I still chose this tank over it for a couple reasons. One, a faster reload, at the time a more accurate gun, and most importantly, I've got 90mm of front and 90mm of side armor, which means you can angle this thing at a perfect 45-degree angle, and you don't have to worry about your side armor getting overmatched because it's the same as your front. As a result, this has been my tried and true and tested heavy tank for years when it comes to tier 6 plays. Now admittedly the gun's takes forever to aim and can be a bit derpy at times, but typically a T150 is a very reliable old girl. She ain't pretty, but she's got it where it counts. So we take out the Crusader SP, which is nice. It's always good to get Artie out. And the heavy tank number 6 has died, along with everybody else who went to the industrial area, because the only real gun we had to counter the 252U was the Merit Breaker. Now I noticed the KV-85 in the center, and I'm thinking, alright, it's going to take me a while. I can eat this shot, but I should be able to get one into his side, right? Really? Alright, most of the time the gun's reliable. At least it hit. But I'm anticipating a potential frontal fight with a T69, and since this thing doesn't necessarily have the greatest pin, I am going to reload some APCR here, because I'm anticipating him waiting for the IKV to come advance on him. But it looks like he's going to be driving back. So depending on what else is going to be on the other side of my tank when I come through, potentially this TS5, I might still need the gold to pin the side of the TS5. I'm honestly not sure. Depending on where I hit it, if it's not in the back. But the T69 isn't even looking my direction, so I shotgun one in his ass right there. Nice, 302. That's alright. And I'm wondering, where's this E.H. Sherman at? Oh, well damn. Get a nice roll on him. I'm thinking, damn, how am I going to kill him with next shot? Oh. Well, Artie helps me kill him with the next shot. So all we got to deal with now is a Hellcat and an SU. I know damn well the Hellcat's going to be in the bushes in A1. Like, that's just a given. The question is, where's the SU going to be? And also, why is the Hellcat shooting HE? Well, I know he's there. I don't know exactly where he was there, but I know he's in that bush line. So, I'm going to use my thick front and side armor, and I'm going to side scrape out. Ah, nice. Alright. We get him out, so where'd the SU go? Oh, he's still sitting in the same spot. Now, there is a frontal weak spot on the SU-122. It's the driver's hatch, which is right there. So that was good. I typed GG in the chat, because, you know, that was a good game. And Mr. Heavy Tank number 6 flips me off in the chat. Figures. I told him he should have ran. But we ended up with 1,614 damage, 1,100 spotting and assistance damage, which is amazing considering, just as you can see, how pathetic the view range circle on this is. And this is with a 5-skill crew, by the way. 4 kills, and we get first class, spotter, fighter, duelist, fire for effect. The game was 4,199 WN8. Third on the team for damage, first overall for experience, 5th in the game for damage overall. Overall, it was a pretty solid game considering that is not a typical heavy play. That is not something I would actually want to replicate either, because we got real lucky that there was nobody coming up to zero line. But at the same time, I got lucky at the start that I actually took a moment to not have a idiot moment and actually read the team composition, which is very important at the start of the match. You know, not just read the map where your team deploys, but even before that, read the tank composition, what you have, what the enemy has, and plan accordingly, because you don't want to be that heavy tank number 6 running into a defender and shitting yourself. You don't want to do that. You've probably done that before, and as we all know, that's not fun. So, on that little piece of advice, I'll see you on the next one.